guys. This is me, Olivia. Welcome to my world. I'm doing a quick video on what it's like working with mental illness. I have mental illness. I am PTSD, bipolar, schizoaffective. Schizoaffective is schizophrenia and bipolar together. I also have depression and major anxiety disorder. I also have eating disorder and stuff like that. Some other things going on. So what it's like right now, I work a part-time job. I'm working as a healthcare taker, which pays about $10 an hour in the state of Texas. There's no requirements for the job. Uh, no requirements at all. So it's a really good paying job. Starts at $10 an hour. I work 18 hours a week, and I take care of this elderly lady who has PTSD, bipolar, and schizophrenia. Schizoaffective, I mean, which is bipolar and schizophrenia together, which is sometimes complicated because some days I hallucinate and I see things and I have to constantly reality checking myself to make sure, okay, this is not real. This is not real. Okay, where am I in reality? Am I here? Is this my face? Nothing's really changed at all. Some days I just don't. I do take psychiatric medicine. I take Haldol 10 milligrams. Which is doing very good with my schizophrenia, my schizoaffective disorder. I take uh, gabapentin 600 milligrams twice a day for my diabetic neuropathy with meliotus, which I take 600 of that. I also take amitriptyline 75 milligrams for my depression. Oh my god, maybe I was hallucinating. I don't think I was. Yeah, this little bug. Okay. Uh, I take amitriptyline 75 milligrams. I also take Seroquel 100 milligrams for sleep. I also take um, uh, Kepra, Kepra 1,000 milligrams twice a day for my seizures. And I do take Zyrtec and Protonix for my stomach. Some days I just don't feel like working. Some days I just feel like laying around in bed doing nothing because I'm just so sleepy from medicine. Other days I wake up perfectly fine. Some days I'm just overwhelmed with everything, whether I had a bad night, a bad dream, couldn't sleep last night, or whatever it was. There's some days of me working with my clients, with her personality. She has borderline personality, which is kind of like you just do weird things because you have personality disorder. I don't know. It's kind of brought up by childhood stuff. But she has that, and she tends to seek attention and stuff like that, and it's really frustrating for me to deal with it. And sometimes it's even better because I get more attention if I constantly have to coddle her and tell her everything's okay and give her medication and give her shots. She has to take insulin, so I need to give her insulin shots twice a day. Sometimes it's only one time a day, depending on what her blood sugar is. I got to do a D stick. I am CPR certified and trained. I will be up for renewal pretty soon, so I do need to renew my license for certification. I actually just was at MetroCare and I had to do CPR on somebody, and after he stopped breathing after he smoked K2, and his lips were turning purple, and his eyes were white as snow, and he was all white. So I did compressions. I did 28 compressions. You're supposed to do 30 compressions, 2 breaths. I did 28 compressions. He started breathing on his own, so that was well. Some days it's just great. Some days are just great. I'm in a good mood. Other days I'm just in a bad mood and don't want to deal with anybody. But I just muscle through that mental illness part and just speaking of the devil.
I didn't
Hey
know you were
there.
doing that.
I'm doing a video. You want to come on in?
No.
Okay.
Thank you though.
You're welcome. I'm
Not
doing I'm
today.
doing one on mental illness and what it's like to work as being mentally ill.
Oh,
And since I am your caretaker, I thought. So what's your name?
yeah.
She doesn't have a name today. But
Karen. Mama
Karen,
Karen.
Mama Karen, she is wonderful. We have really good days. Sometimes we have not so good days. A lot of it has to do with me, how I present things and how my attitude is. Really dictates on how she's gonna feel that day. She hasn't been feeling good lately because she hasn't been eating well, and we do get three meals. We do get meals here sometimes, but she tends to eat ice cream and stuff like that, and she craves it, and I totally understand it. And I totally understand where she's coming from, but you can't always do that. Her blood sugar was 384 today, so I had to give her a shot, and she came down from it. She's doing real better now. What people would ask me the most is, do I get snappy? And the question is, I feel sometimes, some days I feel like I'm on edge more than other days. Maybe because of what I've been going through, or sometimes just my past history and stuff with my mental illness and my symptoms. Sometimes I feel more on edge. But most days I'm pretty relaxed, pretty happy, pretty excited to get into work. I clock in like everybody else does. I have a little clock that I have to clock into. And it's a GPS tracker, tracks me where I go and stuff like that. And people also ask me what happens when my client gets an attitude with me or becomes violent. Well, I try to de-escalate the situation at my best. I try to remain calm myself and just remind myself this. No, I'm talking about my caseworker. Ask me these questions. Yeah, ask me these questions. No, you're not violent. I know you're not.
I know. You know what? I'll go in because I didn't know you were making this.
Oh, it's okay. You can stay out here. No, no. I'm not saying anything you haven't heard already. So she would say, what if she gets violent or agitated with me or have an attitude? I would just try to remove myself emotionally from the situation, like they taught us in classes, and try to remind myself that this is not about me, that this is something going on with the other person, and that I need to de-escalate the situation depending on what I need to do. Mostly it's verbal de-escalations. Sometimes I'll take her for a walk. I'll smoke a cigarette outside with her. We can talk about what's going on. Just remain calm. She really doesn't get like that. Sometimes she does, but most of the time she's perfect. Not everybody's perfect, but you know what I mean. Just close as perfect as can. We get along. We smoke a lot. We do laundry. I give her baths. I wash her clothes. I prepare her meals. I do her chores. A lot of time for us to talk and get to know each other. It's really nice hearing her stories that she has to hear, tell me about, and we get to know each other really well. And we're pretty good fit for each other too. Let me think of another question they asked me. How can I have this job while also hallucinating at the same time with my schizoaffective? Well, I'm not always hallucinating. First of all, you don't. Somebody just doesn't always hallucinate all the time when it's schizoaffective. Depends on if my bipolar is my mania or something like that. And when I'm manic, I'm all happy and hyper, and I want to do everything, but then I crash eventually. Like what goes up must come down. So that's not really a big problem. I do get depressed sometimes with my depression. Sometimes I have suicidal thoughts, and I just remind myself those are just thoughts and not those are just thoughts. But I don't have to react on my thoughts. I can control my own behavior. All things people have taught us. Hallucinating. If I hallucinate, I'll kind of reality check myself, which is I'll ask Karen. I'll be like, "Did you see that big lion over there, or am I just hallucinating? Or did you see that wasp? Did you see that bird?" She'd be like, "Nope," and I'd be like, "Okay, I was hallucinating." But if I see an elephant in the middle of our driveway, I'm pretty much gonna reality check that on my own and be like, "Is there really an elephant? Why would there be an elephant? It's very not likely that an elephant would be in our driveway." But I can't work a full time job. I know that. I get stressed. I still get stressed out a little bit from this job because it's working. But I get paid pretty good. Definitely can't work a full time job. I get to stay here. I'm a live-in care to give her, so she lives here in my boarding home with me, and I take care of her. And I really love it. And if there's any questions you guys have about this topic, feel free to message me or ask me anything, and I'll be more than glad to answer any questions or comments. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a wonderful night. And I gotta tell you one more thing. I love my scrubs. I feel like I have to come into work in a uniform. We don't have a uniform requirement, but I feel like for me to just differentialize something French fries. Differentialize. I don't know how to say it, but you can tell the difference between when I work and I don't work. It's more. So I wear scrubs. I wear navy blue scrubs. They're tri stitch. They're really thick. I wear closed toe shoes, just like any other nurse would. So it's navy blue scrubs every day. Work Monday through Friday. Work from 12 to 4. And the reason why I like to wear a uniform is because I kind of get it helps me get in that game mode on my game face on, and all right, I'm at work. I got to carry myself in a productive manner, which I always do. But I like the formality and the structure which it provides. I like structure. Well, thank you guys. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I appreciate you guys watching my video. Thank you.